Good evening, folks. It's 21:44 on the 16th day, 4th month, 2023. Yeah, I'm looking at all the moisture in the world here. Get a bit of a beaming event going on. Get a few blasts down here in Antarctica. You can see coming down here through the end. And had a big one here come across the South Pacific. So you got this big blast here. And you'll see a blast come across the pole and come up and hit this right here. Bzzzt. So I'll be tracking what came across here that got aimed down, because that's very important weather-wise, to know, boom, where this is going to go, what's that going to heat up, what kind of high pressure is that going to create for flows and dynamics over the poles. I've also been watching this line here. Going just to the west of Vanuatu. Kind of pretty much lining up with the Tiger Station here. See that tendril, thin line right here that goes all the way up through here. And I kind of caught that on set viewer here when I was looking at it earlier. I was looking at New Zealand here. Let me see what I'm going to have to do some of my aimings here. See what I'm aiming at. Let's see what we can do here to bring New Zealand on the screen a little better. And I was seeing a line of interaction here that was going up through the islands here, right on this side. And it tipped me off that there was a beam that had been deployed. And it's going to have the effect of beginning to turn a wall here off the coast of Queensland, which might lead to the formation of a cyclonic system here in about 4 days. Takes a little bit to get all this going. And we've got a flow right now coming up through at a corridor of Vanuatu as this other moisture came down. It's not showing on this particular screen very well, but it shows here pretty good. The flows through Vanuatu being directed this direction, and how EMF is now causing this to back up. And a lot of this moisture is going to head this direction here. And a lot of moisture heading from this direction here. And it had hit a wall of EMF that had come across your country here. Let's see if we can zoom that up a bit for you. Comes right through here. We had a lot of earthquakes along the line of here and here the past 24 hours, and had a decent sized one in the trench. And this isn't good. You see this spinner here? It's just forming at the end here. Bzzzt. It's running into this wall. That's going to take the center of it south, but it's moisture in to hit New Zealand. So let's have a quick look now at some of the other things. Oops, I turned the wrong thing on. That's okay. We can make that happen like this. Whammo. Let's just go right to Australia here, and it's going to run through some of what they say is going to occur over the next, let's give you 48 hours. And at that same moment, I might, if I'm lucky, pour myself a drink. If I got any left. Oh no, I don't. That's never a good thing. I get a little thirsty sometimes. One little splash of water is all a man needs. Hey, there we go. There's a tickle of it. That's not being prepared ahead of time, but videos happen as I do. That's the sound of a thermos. Isn't that annoying? No, it ain't. Let's go boil your water once. And I'm going to keep kicking the kettle and giving Mr. Birds his excellent profit days. Right, a bit of action now is going to begin to hit that corridor from Townsville up through Cairns. And New Zealand's about to get rocketed up through into the Nelson area over the next 48 hours. As you see this big line of storms coming through. It looks like very early Wednesday morning. And then goes across Cooks, it visits the North Island, and then inundation occurs again for you poor folks up in the north. And I'm not all full believing that tendril is going to stay like that. So we're going to zoom back a bit now. And Burnt Pine radar over there at Burnt Pine, the Freying Pine, will be directing this storm exactly where it's needed to go. And as you can see, Sorry about those little lines that appear, but I'm filming my screen as best I can. If I change my angle, I can get less angle. Hey, that's a little bit better. Not great, but better. Yes, very heavy interactions of cold and warm and moist and cold moist is going to be yielding quite the dynamics for you. And you get a couple days off, and then you get another schmackaroo here. Just a soggy season for you guys. Pressure's on 10 from now. High pressure in place over here is going to be kicking things in that direction. It's total flow for you. Bubble ups down there. For all intents and purposes, she should dive south. But this pressure's kind of... Yeah, everything should be leaning this way. And one of these bubble ups got to pinch this up, leaving just its moisture to go across the center. But if this high begins to dominate, actually, because this is like an equal, 29s and 29s, it's in the middle of a motion. So one of them should pop a little higher and lower. It's a strange high. Right, it's fed to go east. Just that one tickle of a 32 at the beginning towards this area has to have it come in this direction. It'll be a slow stall. But with all the flows like this blocking off across most of the world, actually, these highs are pretty well dominating, except for one low here and one near Africa. It's pretty much dominating the entire southern hemisphere of the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Most of the times I see a setup like this actually comes inland, and she'll ride the high pressure line like this. Almost every time I've ever seen this setup, that's what it does. It's not going to be a good day. Not at all. Winds on that shouldn't be too fierce. Yeah, 45 miles an hour, you're looking at a high gale. Yeah, but it's not like a tropical cyclone or even a tropical storm yet. So what are we going to do? Is it called be vigilant? Yes. Why are we vigilant? Because we're not stupid. Because we know that warnings are only given by us for ourselves, and it's up to us to take responsibility for our own safe existence each day. And so here's what's approaching you now. It just looks like chem bombs and isolated stores made by chem bombs. You hearing a theme to that? Boom, 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 ba boom, boom, ba boom. Palmerston North, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba bomb, bomb, bomb. They love you, so you're screwed, ba boom, boom, ba bomb. Yeah, most of the action's heading down into the towards Antarctica in this big tendril here. You're getting lucky for now. But this here is seeping its way over with the seepage of the chem bombs. That is going to fuel the demise of these people in here, where my hand is. As I look over here toward the far north, you're fueling up the storms. I've been watching them over about the past 6 hours, fueling up between Townsville and Cardwell here. And it is going to creep a bit further south as the day goes on. So you can expect Mackay to get some of these heavier falls, as well as West Hill, Flaggy Rack, Clearview. And as we move north toward Innisfail, you guys are actually on the corridor here of some expected extremely high falls over the next 10-day period in 2 separate events. And I'll give you an accumulation. Oh, darling, boom, 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 boom. Look at this crap here, right? When you're talking over 20 centimeters of water coming. It's when you see in half and half, it's just a non-stop situation of every day, and some days heavier than others. And the booming and the plumings will be deciding who's in ruins. I have a feeling there. In Townsville, it's like pinpoint accuracy. We have a tendril here and one here. Let's hit this smart. Now this city needs smarting it up. Oh, that town needs a little smartness here. Hey, let's give him some smartness here. Taylor's Beat. Hey, Orpheus Island. Anybody told you you're fucked yet? You're fucked. And there's still big tendrils off the coast that are higher than it. And you should see the pinpoint accuracy with which they're hitting the Cook Islands and French Polynesia. Here, I'll show you. You're going to go right on out to it. If you have a group of islands and they're all in a sweat and all the heaviest tendrils are going to hit it, and let's just do that. Right, these islands right here, the Cook Islands. Heaviest tendrils are set to smack these places. I've seen totals higher than this. They look at about 25 centimeters on the 10s easily, up to 30. I've seen a half a meter total on some of the ones that I've been seeing, some of the totals that are projected to hit these islands. And, you know, not here where there's no islands, not here where there's no islands, not up here where there's no islands, just here where these islands are. Pinpoint accuracy of these thin tendrils. Like this island here. Is anybody getting him a warning? I tell them to get the fuck out, or get to high ground, or prepare for geostorminations that are about to come their way from the oppressive abominators that seem to think it's a good idea to block the sun and pop half-meter tendrils over the top of tropical islands that get no warning. And look at all these out here, right? That's just one beam away from being a tendril on top of you. But I think a lot of these were destroyed nuclearly because of the greed of man in the military-industrial complex that seems so industrious about militarizing toward culling so much life on this planet. Weapons designed to kill people is their job. And the research and development of that pays big money. And geostorms is a weapon of the future. And it's being practiced on you, New Zealand. Admiral Nelson, they zoomed in on you again. Where's your column? You need to stand on top of it in that flood. My. I don't think there's been a month where I haven't seen totals like this along this coastline here for about 4 months. It's just been an absolute geostorm book of horror stories of how bad it could be when greed is left unchecked. Unchecked. You know, that curve going around your coastline is expect that total to rise. Where are they hiding you? Where are they going to bring you? It has to come all this way. That high is going to pump that thing inland like that. Gives a drag on it. That's got to come in. That's the pressures on the 10s, isn't it? No, that's not. Ooh. That's just going to form there. It ain't going to come from inland or anywhere. That's just going to happen from dynamics. I think they're going to bring that in. They're winding it up for days. There's nowhere for it to go. That is pinned. You guys are going to get swamped here. There's nowhere for that storm to go. It's got to park there for at least 48 to 36 hours. 36, 48, 50. That's about a 2 to 3 day stall. I don't see how it's going to miss that. There's nowhere for anything to go. Where does that get to go? Until that moves, that can't move. That can't move until... And that'll feed toward that one because that's a lower than it. It doesn't want to go. And the low dark down here is pulling all of it. You see, it's all numbers. You got to get all your head around all that. And this one's wanting to be there. Not there. Right? Because that's lower. High towards low. This is a very complicated setup on your Southern Ocean. But the whole thing says here. You see the Moloch guys? The gilt will fly. They think they're going to make a cyclone to whip the crest to bite here in about 12, 13 days. Oh, he said it. Hey, USA, you see the blizzard coming? We'll do a quick zip over. Oh, look at the gilt. Hey, New England. Din, 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 din. If you don't get that, you're getting a bit of ice. And your accumulations are, oh my God. And some of these ones I was seeing were very, very high in the 10s. Come on, give me a decent one. I had higher than that earlier. Wow. Look at this down south here in Shreveport, Louisiana. It's almost like they're bringing a hurricane ashore. Or bringing something in that spins when it gets here. Let's see. That direction. Yep. Lando Kane for the USA. They messing with Texas. Shreveport, Louisiana, and down here in Biloxi, Mississippi, where's the Biloxi Blues. Poor Ferris Bueller. Oh, never gets a day off. Hey, Gonzalez, you might get Sanchez'd. The French settlement. Oui, from the skies. You can't disguise your lies in disguise. Do you have a room? Right. So let's have a little bit of a look at the weather radar, I think. Never anything to see in New Zealand because they don't want you to see anything because they think they don't want you safe. If they wanted you safe, they would provide an accurate weather radar for the citizens of this nation of New Zealand for the pleasure of their safety and viewing, to make plans for the day. But all I see here is data missing, fryings going on out to sea, and there are plenty of clouds overhead to be seen on a set view, and not a dang one to be showing on your radar. You got all that there, nothing over here. Right? Something is wrong with this picture. You know what's wrong with this picture? Censorship. Your government is running amok. Your government made a law that said if you shared a video with something that disagreed with what they told you, you would be arrested for showing it. That's Nazism. Just a swangin', swangin'. Oh, Matarni. You're getting bam down the roads here. You're a little bit of a inundation. Oh, of course you got to have a railroad track. Don't you often find that infrastructure next to each other? Because when you ruin one thing, you can ruin another. Or you can have a bit of a waterfall at this Waterview Creek here when these bridges go over these spots. Oh, yeah, that bridge looks like it needs some freedom. It's going to need a new tight track and a new bridge to handle those new smart trains. They are too wide for the new tracks. Yeah, they ordered one over and it didn't even fit a station. Oh, yeah, I highly recommend this. That the people that buy this stuff for the salesman, you bring a tape measure with you. We all know that you don't go to IKEA without your tape measure. Oh, they'll kill you. This whole IKEA world. With Dyson, it sucks up your stuff. And it'll give you life with a ventilator, huh? Yeah, don't that suck. Hey, but the pinpoint accuracy of the wetness is on your coastal roads here today is very evident in this picture. I wouldn't want to be caught out to dry. We got a bit of a spinner beginning to form over here near air. See that when you're over your point? It's going to, when that feeds off, you got a little bit of a spinner going to form over here. Hey, so watch out for some hail and tornadic activity in that area. And forming over the day today. Especially after the cloud tops get a bit hot. Yeah, he's reading it. All right, let's go a little further north. I've seen some more action. I think this is coming ashore, this line. Hey, so be very aware of this creeping. The creeping bombers here. Creep bombs. They came and took away Can's sunny skies. And then upon the shores of the land, the sea creatures did die. Because man didn't give a fuck only about themselves. And sprayed sulfuric acid like nobody else. Chem bombs. Boom! Chem bomb. Chem bomb. Ingham. Boom! Charter Towers. Oh my, would you look at the kill? Yeah, it's hard to ignore that streamers of death going on out there, but I'm trying to. That's going to be your spinner that's going to come in here and whammo your ass here in a few days. See, that bomb meets that bomb. Right. Let's have a look. What we got going on here? Leans into the mic. Boom, bada boom, 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 boom. Boom. There's a square bomb right there. Not round, but square. Shaped charges being deployed over the seas off the coast of Can. Oh, with the pretzel formation down here in the Waldeck. Pennsylvania pretzel, add some mustard to that. Boom. The continuation of this bomb is going on, and it lays an egg here, and some turds are coming out. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, 3 more bombs quick deployed right there. Boom, brightest day. No more brightest day underneath that. Tendrils going over, nothing underneath that reef getting its light. Getting acid instead. Having an acid trip. Bleaching. Bleach it goes. The reef dissolves with an acid skies. Though we all know greed is killing off the land. Here again. Skies. Boom, boom, boom. It's time to even out the flow, that's for sure. Something's been flowing in the wrong direction. As George Carlin says, the table is tilted, the game is rigged. It's a big club, and we're not in it. And we could take that club away from them by giving it no energy, nothing, no money, no energy. Feed not the Archon. See that 5-star right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bomb here just south of Rockhampton. I've been following the line, headed toward Gladstone. Chem bomb in the skies. You can't hide your chem bomb skies. Shouldn't that chemtrail have dissipated and in all those 4 hours of this feed? Yes, it should have. Therefore, it must have been a chemtrail. It persisted and lasted. Took away the sunshine of the seas, toxifying the air of you and me and everything that be underneath our beautiful sun. Our beautiful orange, yellow sun. Not this blue one that's showing because there's so much crap in the sky. There's so much chem coming over here over the Perth corridor. And this is sickness mix. This is the stuff that causes chem bomb asthma. Thunderstorms would knock pollen out of the air, not the other way around. Knocks dust out. Makes beautiful. Used to be a nice smell when it first started raining. Used to be one of my favorite smells. Now it is not anymore. It's metallic when the sky tastes like fillings in your mouth. Or matches. And well, this is disgusting. Look at this trail of chem from international waters deployed there coming over you. So you've been attacked by something over here, pinpointing from one spot. One spot. Fryer's definitely on, boiling a low deck. Bzzz. Rumble along, rumbling a line. See that line right there? It's not just a front line. I showed you the EMF beams popping to the south that induced that. Everything's riding along a corridor of EMF. Being guided and directed. Aimed. Controlled. Owned. Your weather is owned. On the 4th day, 16th month, 2023. Owned. Right, I'll be back to report on more in the morning. You guys stay safe. Be you. Be free. Be oneness. Peace.